What's up, Vanna Not White? You want to spin? You want some cards? Vanna Not White, we haven't thrown cards in a minute, have we? Let's get into something. You want to turn your pitch into a series? Vanna Not White, are you out here in Hollywood? The most glamorous place on earth? Holy crap. You're talking industry insider talk. Not yet? Well, I don't know. I guess I could describe what it smells like. Would that be helpful? If I describe what it smells like tonight? Oh, Hollywood. Delicious! Spoiler alert, it smells delicious. Alright, but you've got you're working on something creative. You got a series. You want to turn your pitch into a series. Look, you know me, I'm not gonna be able to necessarily nail it in terms of it's gonna be spot on about specifically your work stuff. I just don't know how to throw cards like that. But let's think about this. Is there a creative way into it? Maybe there is a way. Oh, I know. Well, okay, so walk me through exactly what the situation is. Is this something that we can use the Andromeda's breadbasket spread on, so that it'd be to examine energy, you know what I mean? She seemed to really like the pitch, so you've pitched. Well, I mean, basically, if you, I'll explain to you the breadbasket. You, someone else, the energy created between you, and what happens. You pitch to her and she works for a network asking for a grade. Okay. So if I did the breadbasket, it would be you and her. We would look at the energy created between you and her and the material result. Does that feel like it would get somewhere? Oh, no, she's already on board. Sorry, I should just shut up and let you type. So she wanted a few days to think about it, but then she's keen on it, and we are hoping to do something with it. Great. Onward, right? Onward we go. Is there a way into a breadbasket? Will there be network approval? I get it. Interesting. So what if it's your project is number 1, the network is number 2, energy created, material result? Would that work? So it's basically vibing out you versus the network, you plus the network equals what, you know? That'd be an interesting way to just check it out. I mean, maybe it comes back and it just doesn't make sense. And you're oh, that doesn't make any sense. Maybe that's not the way to do this. I mean, we're just experimenting. But I don't know, let's try it. I'm curious because that seems like that would feel like that would work. My God, I think my scalp's gonna rip off my skull because of all the Diet Coke I've drank tonight. What's my problem? Why do I just slam? I know exactly why. It's the desire to have a little bit too much pressure on the gas pedal. I just want a little too much pressure on that gas pedal at all times. No matter, and if I can't have it one way, I'll have it a different way. Anyway, Vanna Not White, that's not your problem right now. We're thinking about your project. Thinking about that network, the network approval. I hope that stuff's moving around. If it is out there, let me know. I just like to hear good news. Everybody I know out here is basically suffering. Is there's very little being made. Period. There's just not a lot being done out here. It's not easy. There is it feels like a state of shock. I think the fires are a major part of that also. Pretty serious state of shock out there. But, all that can be true, and you can catch a green light. So, hopefully you do. Let's get in here. So, okay. In we go. Pulling you in. You and your project, creative output, your baby. And we're going to just throw 4 cards down. We're going to say you. We're going to say the network. This is the energy. Come on. Give us some good news. Give us some good news. Now, I could... look, let's just take a deep breath. Whatever these cards have to say. We're open. Just let us know. We're humble. We're coming to these cards humble and open and interested. What can you tell us? Okay, say the cards. Here's you. Here's your project. Wow. Here's them. Wow. Right there. The warmth of the lovers meets... Yes, the hermit is the network. That's right. And that's not surprising to me because there's only one network. It's lonely at the top. Right? This, on the other hand, is the concept of true divine love. Okay? In all of its glory. I mean, you can unpick this image and go anywhere you want around it, but the gist here is, I think, the way that I'm choosing to read this is it. This is like the most pure form of something, not something, of love. And then here, these are both forms of divinity, by the way. These are both on equal, playing fields, okay? You aren't being cast as a mere mortal in like a 6 of cups, like a little baby. Oh, a cute little 6 of cups. No, you got the whole, all 4 of the elements are present and accounted for. Same here. That 9's a little bit higher up the food chain, but I would just choose to read that. Yeah, older people, but it's just like a lonelier position that they're in. There's not as many of them. And sure, you can just say, yeah, and they're quote unquote wise. They're trying to bring life to the network because they feel like they're being phased out by the times. They are being phased out by the times. Then can't you smell it in the air? Well, I'm sorry, but like as an ancient man, 78, 87, I can never quite remember. I can speak to the fact that my generation is discovering overnight that a lot of what they have spent their entire careers honing is no longer a valuable skill in the same way. Sometimes I'm 78, sometimes I'm 87. I just don't remember. That's part of the joy of being that old. Oh, the joys of being in my 70s. And yet having so many eerily Gen X focused reference points. Anyway, look at these 2 cards. It's tough, but it's not impossible. All it says is that we've got... I like how it's like action figures meeting on a stage. Action figures, puppets. You can call them puppets. Did I do that right? Yes. This is the energy. This is the material result. So the energy then is coming next. And the material result will be right there. Cool. I feel like I just did a card trick thing. So what's the energy between these 2 entities? I love it. Let's make reality in the form of a King of Pentacles. The King of manifested reality is the energy created between you 2. Father Earth, huh? What is the material result? Congratulations. The cards are suggesting that you will be going forward into the actualization process, that you will be moving into the creation process happily, as embodied there in a 3 of Pentacles, wherein an artisan displays their wares for the first time to a set of collaborators. Not bad, Vanna, not mine. Not bad at all.